Hello, we're here at Shoe Healer and we've had some shoes brought in for repair, some beautiful Churches shoes. And the gentleman here says, I purchased these at a vintage shop in Hastings. Can you do something with them? Yes, we can. I'm sure we can. But what we have to do is have a good look at the shoe first and just see what we're up against. Now, you can see this lovely old church, custom grade church. And I love the look of this shoe. It just looks fabulous. It's got some lovely age to it. It's had a little bit of a cheap repair and they've stitched on this sole here. They've riveted across the waist, which we don't like to see. It's had a few heels in its time, and can you see how the heel there is cubaned in? It starts to curl in when it should be nice and crisp and straight. So looking round the shoe, we look inside the shoe and we see where it's had some sort of orthotic insole in both of them, and that's done a little bit of damage inside the shoe. Now we can't do much about that, but what we can do is wet the leather, manipulate it, and it'll help to disguise some of that damage inside the shoe. The most important part is the welt. We're looking at the welt and it looks absolutely fine on this shoe. We've got a few rows of stitching in there. We've got a little bit of stitching on there. Can you pick that up on the video there? Where the shoe flexes, the toe, the wing there, look, has just started to open up a little bit. On the other shoe, we have a look round and we see, unfortunately, a little bit of crispiness in there. It's rock hard in there, that area there. Somebody's had some super glue on that welt. So we can restitch that little bit of welt back in, but we can't see it properly until we get this sole off, we get these stripped down and we get into them. But I love this, a lovely old shoe picked up in a vintage shop, and don't they look absolutely fabulous? Give them a bit of love and they should come back to life. So the next pair we've got here, these are repairs that have come in. Let's just have a quick look, see what we've got here. Inside here we've got, we've got a box. Inside another box, let's have a look. And we have Churches. Looks like a church. Yes, a church, a lovely pair of Churches, and these have come from a gentleman. He's come across us on YouTube. Rhodes Wood, he's been looking at their videos too, and we've had a recommendation on there from Rhodes Wood. That's great. And these are having a full repair. Look at that, look, the sole's just gone through. He's caught these beautifully, look, and the stitching, he's worn the top off the stitching, but it's not started to come apart. It won't do because they're Churches and they're just fantastic shoes. They are really, really nice shoes, custom grade Churches. That will get a full rebuild. They will come up beautiful. What a lovely shoe, and a lovely gentleman entrusts us with his beautiful Churches. These are a fortune nowadays. And what is this? This is the Diplomat. Absolutely fabulous shoe, and we'll get a full repair on those, all recorked, new shank, everything sorted out, new heel stack. They'll come up gorgeous. Now hopefully we'll get some pictures of these, because I keep getting into bother for telling you all about a shoe and about a repair and then not getting the end result. And of course that's stupid. Who would do that? Well, I'm your man. I would do that. And it's all because we get the shoes done, we're a busy shop, and then the shoes go out, or the customer comes in to collect them, or they phone up, get my shoes out straight away, and we forget to get the end pictures. But we're still trying, we'll get it right. Okay, so we were unpacking these the other day, shoes that were sent in. These are the first Churches that we've stripped down for a look at this welt and just see what's going on with the welt. You know, Paul's actually had a bit of glue down here ready. The welt, look at that, look, absolutely solid right up until you get to here, and then it was a little bit loose, so he's drowned it in glue, and then he will take his American sewing awl, and you can see where the stitches are there. Look, you see that? He will stitch through that way and stitch just a section back in, because everywhere else it's lovely and solid. He might do both sides of that just to be sure, and then we'll check the other one. This is, you can't know anything about this welt until you get it stripped down and you get it to this stage where you can have a look at the stitching. These are the other shoes. They're a lovely pair of Churches again. These are just going straight through, absolutely lovely. All the corking's been sorted out, and the shank. They're all grooved here, ready for stitching on the outsole stitcher. There's more shoes here, a pair of Lokes, and these will be getting the solid 3-stack leather heel stacks on there. We've got rid of the compressed carbon. I can't say that. The whatever it is, the reconstituted leather heel stacks that are apparently great quality. And there's a pair of Joseph Cheaneys, again ready for, all marked up, ready for the heel stack. So what we do is we keep the heel stack, put it back on there, the original heel stack, just mark it so we get our heel stack exactly in the same place, and then your shoe balances really nicely. And yeah, so they're all waiting to go through the next processes. Down here, have a look down here. Down here we've got, look at this big lovely box here, look, fabulous. This is Paul's order, and he's just been having a moan at me how expensive good materials are. So have a look in here. How do you right? Look in here, look, this is full. Look at those beautiful leather heel stacks in there. Look at that. Fabulous. All different sizes, all waiting to go on your shoe repairs. Church shoe with the welt that was starting to come away. I put my safety glasses on. Let's save me from stitching my finger. This bit of glue down here, and then the welt stitching. So this is a dark art, finding where the stitch goes through the welt, the upper, the lining, and then the rib. This is the rib here. You can see this canvas material here, and that goes up and over, forms a rib, and then continues on underneath the welt on the insole. Sometimes these do come unstuck occasionally, but they just bomb back down nicely. So this in its day would have been done. We'd have got some thread, my father, and got some thread and run the thread through some wax and got it nice and warm with the friction of running it through. And I think it was called something like touching ends or something like that, and it was like 2 bits of wire that you would use, and you would use the 2 and stitch backwards and forwards with these. But all sounds like hard work, you know, making your own thread, catgut, something like that they'd call it. And I don't know much about that. That was before my time. And you know, really doing all that sort of repair and doing it exactly as it should be done is just so time consuming. It makes some jobs just crazy expensive, and we're a high street shop. We need to make a living, so time is money. So these American sewing alls, great little tools. These all your tools and your spare needles are in the end, and you can really get some oomph on these. So we need to start back round about here and work our way through, try and get through the original hole and come out the other side. Look at that, look, see where we've just come out there on the other side on that stitch. Yeah, so that will go through there, pull back. The first stitch we do, we pull back, make a loop and pull the thread through. So that, pull back, hold that there, pull the sewing all back, and then that puts our thread through. Right, so now we just move along now and try and do it all again. Into there, bit of pressure, bit of whittling, and a little bit high there. Let's just come in there a little bit lower. Lovely. Push forward there, pull back, and that goes through there. And we've made our first stitch in there. Pull that back, pull that tight, first stitch, right. And then we'll work our way along, you know, until we've got, this is the damaged area there. So we've got past that damaged area, and these new stitches will lay on top, and then they'll lay inside on the rib, and it's just that section there. Okay, I was stood here the other day unpacking these shoes that came in for repair, and they had a little bit of damage on the welt. If you have a look round there now, you just see that the welts have been stitched back in where they were coming away a little bit. And look at all that lovely stitching down there. Fantastic. Just as they should be. What a lovely old pair of shoes. Paul's stitched the wings on these shoes here, and that's the leather sole with the combination heel on. All gone back together. Absolutely beautiful. Freshly recorked, reshanked. There's still a little bit of damage on the insole. Not a lot we can do with that, but because they've been recorked, the customer starts wearing these, he'll soon bed that insole in, and hopefully he'll get on with those. This was the other pair that was in at the same time. Another pair of Churches in for the full leather sole and the combination heel on there. And again, beautiful pair of shoes. And yeah, you know, should last a good while. That's had a proper repair, really good quality sole. It will just last and last.